Welcome to your body, to this moment. Welcome to the antidote to loneliness. How do we connect with ourselves and be there for ourselves enough that we can reach out for others? Sometimes when we spiral down, when we feel really low, it is impossible to reach out for others. It just feels like you're just so unworthy. I'll speak for myself. I feel like I'm so unworthy. I can't possibly reach out. So there's a myth that, okay, I have to be there for myself. I only have to be there for myself just enough to get the energy to reach out. That's my story. That's the world, according to Barbara. Um, to feel so lonely, so profoundly lonely. How can we hold ourselves, our own hand enough that we can reach out for help? We can ask for somebody to be with us, somebody who is not going to fix us, but maybe you do want somebody to fix you. But certainly we want to be in choice whether that's the case. This came about for me because a friend was asking about nonviolent communication. And he said, so if somebody is obese, he said the debate is, there's two groups of people. One group of people says it's your fault. You have to eat less. You have to exercise. You have to blah, 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 blah. And then he said, and then the other group says, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. It's none of my business. And it's like, wait a minute. Isn't there a third group? Isn't there a third group that can accompany that person? You can see I was so moved. I'm starting to tear up. Isn't there another group that can care, but not have to change the person? That could give them support, but only the support they want? Maybe they just want to be accepted and seen just as they are. So this for me is how do we support each other in the way that it works for everybody? And then how do we ask for support? And it's hard because we don't know what we want. How to be with ourselves just enough to be able to say, I need support, but I have no idea what I need. It's hard. It's hard within nonviolent communication because, we just immediately say, well, what do you need? It's like, I don't know what I need. I feel lonely. I feel alone. I feel deeply sad. How to be there for ourselves enough, just enough to reach out to others. how to find somebody that is not going to say, you shouldn't feel lonely. We're all interconnected. It's like, oh, ow. I've had that experience. Ow, that hurts. So right now I'm supporting myself enough to help. I'm there for somebody who doesn't want them. Both. There's two needs. I want to give myself the intention to be there for myself enough to tell somebody what's going on. It's not easy. To hold yourself with tenderness, with love and compassion, and then reach out for somebody's hand. Somebody to just be there with you. Somebody to just listen. Doesn't need to change you. It doesn't tell you what you need. I'm laughing because, oh, it's not easy. It's not easy to be with people we love when they're in a downward spiral, and it's not easy to ask for help when we're in a spiral. I think that's why it's so hard to ask for help. It's because to really accompany somebody that we love that's in a lot of pain, we have to be willing to feel it ourselves, to be there with them. Not in a way that we identify with the pain, but in a way that we feel it. Don't know whether you're tracking me or not, but I feel very, very clear that the antidote to loneliness is presence, starting with yourself, starting with a part of you that can be there for the lonely part. I guess it's actually more of like our essential self that can pull back a little bit and say, oh my gosh, honey, you are in a spiral now. And then ask, how can I help? And you don't have to do it yourself. Somebody told me that they don't have anybody to reach out to. And just being with other people sometimes can be enough. Can feel so powerful. Starting with ourselves. Loving ourselves enough that we can hang in there, because it will change. That. How can we hang in there enough? Because there's definitely the part of us that's lonely or, incredibly hopeless, whatever it is. And then another part of us, it's like, well, if you do this or that, you'll feel better, right? That's not the part you want to necessarily call on when you feel lonely. although you know it's there. The manager is there. It's the part that can hold ourselves in presence. It's the essential self, the larger part of ourselves. Maybe it's the divine part of ourselves, or maybe it is the divine. That you can pray for some sort of something larger than you to be able to hold you. To be able to be there for you in a profound way. And then possibly share with somebody else. Or step into a group and be vulnerable. Like that happened the other day. It's like, oh God, I was so incredibly, profoundly sad. And then I started being with you all and it was amazing. Like step into a Zoom group. But it just so happened. Anyway, here I am going into like, how can you, just different ways of how you can reach out for help. How can you settle your own nervous system enough that you can ask for empathy or ask for some support for another? How can you bathe yourself in love and compassion, saying, this will change, my beloved. Stay with it. How can you offer support to another beloved without saying, I don't care, or without saying, I'm going to fix them? Those were the two options that were given to me by my friend. He said, that's the only option. I said, there's one more. There's another option there. It's so hard. It's being vulnerable. It's being open. It's feeling your feelings. So on that note, may you be able to accompany yourself, be there for yourself in enough time that you can, just enough time that you can sit with others, be there with others, just for that warmth that comes with being in the presence of others, or to be able to find it within yourself. Continue to bathe yourself with love and support. And thank you so much for joining us.